Hello and welcome to the Beck & Co. Show. I'm Joanna Beck.
I'm Michael Beck.
And we are so glad that you are here. So we are going to talk about how we knew that we were supposed to be together, how we knew that we were supposed to get married and that he was my spouse and I was his spouse.
That's how you know you got married. You wear a ring.
We're talking about before that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right.
Like what led up to
So like
that?
way, like a long time ago.
A long time ago. Okay. A mutual friend at the time had connected us, and she was like, you know, Joe, I got the perfect guy for you. Michael, I have the perfect girl for you. And he immediately friend requested me on Facebook. And
oh, we're one of those kind of couples?
and then for about 6 months, he just liked and commented, oh, you're so beautiful. Your girls are so beautiful. And then finally, he was with that mutual friend. And I'd seen that they were together and liked or commented or something like that. And then you were like, well, when can I have your number? And I gave him my number, and within 30 seconds, red flag, he texted me. And then we played 21 questions every single day for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Every day to find out everything about each other.
So to get to the actual question with all that build up to get there was, how did you know? Just when we asked each other all those questions, just like how much and how everything blended together.
Mm-hmm.
From all the way back to how we were raised.
Yeah, we asked
who
questions.
raised us. You know, when we asked each other these questions, it was everything, like who raised you, like how were you raised,
how were you disciplined,
how are you going to discipline your kids, like all just everything just blended.
How's your relationship with God?
How's your relationship with God? You know, what is it now? And there was honesty. There was no holding back. And a lot of that honesty was integrated from our parents or grandparents, had to instill that into us, and how when we were asking these things, the Lord was revealing these things, and how I raised both of you on two separate, sides of the U.S., and how just you're so much alike, and it just, I guess you could say, He aligned everything perfectly, and
But we still didn't know. We knew we were very attracted to each other because we were both very no nonsense of like, this is how we're going to live life, and we're going to communicate. You see, we already took that, what the enemy uses in relationships and marriage, like to destroy them, is the communication issue. But us knowing everything about each other, we really took that away from the enemy to where he can't use anything against us. That if I'm on one side of the United States, the enemy can't speak to him and say, oh, your wife's not being faithful to you, because he already knows that I'm a faithful person, or vice versa. Like, so we don't just grab onto these silly thoughts, because there was clear communication since day one. So those questions really showed us how much in common we had, and how much we were like headed in the same direction, and really like drew us in towards one another. But we still hadn't met each other face to face. Like, it was still 2 months of that every single day, down to, they were very serious questions, down to silly questions. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Things like that. And then
hope you can cook. Yes, she can.
Oh my word. So we finally ended up deciding that we were going to meet face to face. And he was in Connecticut at the time, up on a job, and I drove up there and to meet him. And the second that he opened up the door,
we both knew. And really, like, that first time we met was more confirmation of what he was already speaking to us because when we were asking each other the questions, for me, he was like, she is the one. She is the one. Like everything was, there was nothing that would say, like we joke around and say red flags, but as we were asking each other these serious questions, it was just like everything was just aligning, how we had so much in common. And even if it wasn't in common, it was things that were eventually blended together perfectly.
Yeah, it may have
especially
been his
when we
limited
get into the will
mindset
of
needed
God.
to be, grown. Listen, when it comes down to it, an Arkansas
Chicken farmer
married a Jersey girl. There was a lot of blending.
Jersey Shore, woo!
No, don't even.
Oh.
No.
But
for the Lord to even do that, because we come from two different cultures, for the Lord to be able to blend that. So anything that trust me, I was not pleased having to do chicken house work.
Can't believe you just confessed that.
You can tell by my face that I was not pleased. But I did these things and it helped me grow. And then his big thing was trying new things, trying new foods, trying new places, things that he didn't, where on the East Coast, we're very much about food and enjoying things. And in Arkansas, he was very much about, what is that? I can't even think of that boxed meal right now.
Hamburger Helper?
Yeah. He was very much about hamburger helper. And then I'm like, no, let me make you a lasagna. Let me make you ribs. Like, let's really enjoy these things. And so God blended us, but God, we knew from the second that he opened up the door to his apartment that God immediately told me he's the one, and God immediately told him she's the one.
Yep.
And we have been together since the day we met.
I was trying to say it together.
We've been together since the day that we met, face to face.
Yep.
Celebrating 10 years of marriage this year.
It's been a long time.
So, if you are dating someone, ask the hard questions. Because it's better to find out now than it is after you say I do and you're like, wait a second, this person is not, we are unequally yoked, we should never have gotten married. Ask the hard questions now. If you don't have anyone, really if you're not dating anyone right now, really put your trust in God, that God has somebody out there for you.
There is somebody for everyone.
Yeah, when we've gone back through, and we've actually laughed about this, that as he traveled the United States, and as I traveled the United States, we were actually in the same towns and states at the same time since we were in high school.
Yep, actually even before that.
Yeah.
My family grew up in
New Jersey. And so
he was around New Jersey growing up when I was a kid, and
spending summers with his grandmom in Jersey. Yep. So we've always been at the same place, but we never knew each other until God brought us together. So trust the Lord that God has somebody for you. You may not have met them yet, but you will know when you meet them. You just, you know that you know. I mean, there's no not knowing, because you know that you know.
Oh, that's good. I agree.
God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Join us tomorrow for another episode of The Beck and Co Show.
We love you.